Take a long holiday, let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road, yeah.
I've always loved the look of the Corvette. There's just something about its sleek body lines mixed with raw horsepower that just draws me to it like a moth to a flame, and none more so than the track-ready Z06. And so naturally, that's the wheels I'm rolling with in Need for Speed at the moment. This thing is fully upgraded as far as my rep level will allow, and will do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And flat out, will be hammering along at 217 miles an hour. But as much as the Z06 is a beautiful thing, I remember back from my undercover days, which I think was the last time I fully got into a Need for Speed game, the Z06 just doesn't come anywhere near close to the Corvette Stingray, which I think is just one of the most beautiful cars in the world. And unfortunately, it's not in this game. Yet. But anyway, I'm not here to just drool over a fictitious car in a Need for Speed game. No, I wanted to give you an update on the game, really. Where it's come from release, it has seen an update now, and of course announce an awesome giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of the video for that. So, undoubtedly, the most annoying thing that's been fixed in this patch by the developers over at Ghost Games, and I'm so happy about this, is the borderline insane in-game phone. While to me, their patch note stating phone call improvements is extremely nondescript, it does seem on the whole that they fixed the problem of it ringing all the time. But only if you care to dive into the menu. Head to settings, and under audio at the bottom, you'll now find an option to turn off the phone's ringtone. And it doesn't get rid of the pop-ups in the top left-hand corner, but because you can't hear it anymore, that 99% of the time you aren't going to see it. And you probably think that would be a perfect solution. Well, maybe, but it still rings when you're in a race. This is just criminal. Surely one of the fundamentals of Need for Speed is the racing. So then why would you want to distract the player during this key section of gameplay? Come on, Ghost Games, you mentioned phone call improvements in the patch notes, and while you might have reduced the frequency of the phone calls, for me there's no improvement totally till you disable phone calls during races. Surely it's not that hard. Besides this and the frame rate issues that the Xbox One was having, I'd say it was probably one of the few noticeable fixes that I saw during my 4-hour stint of gameplay last night. And the patch notes do state there are various other fixes, but they might just be hidden in the background. They might sort of be performance things, or maybe just code improvements and things like that. But overall, the patch notes are dominated with new content that's been added to the game. And even though I thought there was a lot of customization options available, a lot of people weren't happy with the amount of vehicles in the game. Well, one more has been added, the Nissan Skyline, and I'll explain why that's been added in a minute. But overall, the customization has been increased with this patch, and I think that's a good thing. First of all, and this is where we talk about the Nissan Skyline, Eddie and Melissa, who sound like two very normal people, are actually characters from the original Need for Speed Underground game, and they're back here in Need for Speed 2015. And Eddie has brought along a fully kitted out Nissan Skyline, which you can win off of him if you follow his progression thread. And for those that don't know, different characters in the game specialise in different areas of street racing, and Eddie being added in offers a new set of 15 events which will be unlocked when you reach rep level 25. Ghost Games have also added more layers of customization for specific cars in the game, 113 new items in total for the Dodge Challenger, the Ford Mustang 1965 model, the Honda Civic, the Lotus Exige, the Golf GTI, and the Volvo 242. And for the most part, these are lower level cars, one that you'd expect to be able to customize the hell out of because they aren't all that amazing anyway. The higher level of car you move up to, the more customization seems to be vacant, which reserves a more pure look for the car instead. New music, or rather returning music, has been added, getting some older tunes from Need for Speed games in the past and putting them here for nostalgia trips. Plenty of new preset wraps for your car, which again are taken from past titles for even more nostalgia, and a new ability to customize brake discs and calipers on each of your cars. So far I've only been able to unlock the brake discs, but it is really nice to see Ghost Games continuing to deliver on its promise of full-blown customization for the car system here. And I'd have argued that on release we had enough to play with anyway. And really, this game had a tough time on release, with plenty of places slating it critically. I think this first update has only done good for the game. Adding new features is always sure to keep fans happy, and not charging for DLC like new cars, skins, decals, whatever, is really, really good for the consumer. And it's a new direction that all EA games seem to be dabbling in recently. Look at Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield 4, even Battlefield Hardline. All of these games do have paid DLC in them, but they also seem to have this line of free DLC as well, which, as I said, is great for gamers out there. I really enjoyed my stint with the game last night, and I'll be playing the game more moving forwards as well. I want to get myself ready for that PC release, which is coming in the spring of 2016, I think, and mainly because for the updated graphics. I want to see what this game can do at full-blown 1080p and even higher, and of course, higher than 60 FPS. So that's the full update for Need for Speed. I really enjoyed it. If you have got the game and you haven't played it for a while, I'd highly recommend you go and give this a try. And if you are really annoyed like me with the phone in the game, make sure you turn that off. But now, that moment that you've all been waiting for, the epic Christmas swag giveaway. I teased this last week, and a lot of you seemed very, very excited by it, so let's see what you can win. First up, a Roccat Rios TKL Pro mechanical keyboard. Now I have one of these, it's on my desk, and it survived a trip through the dishwasher. That's a story I'll tell another day, but in my opinion, it is a great keyboard. Secondly, a Gamdius Zeus gaming mouse. Thirdly, an Nvidia GTX 780 Ti graphics card with 3GB of VRAM and 5 PC games to play on it. Black Ops 3, Far Cry 4, Star Wars Battlefront, Mad Max, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. All of these items are things that I've received over the last 12 months or so and just haven't really used, or in the case of the 780 Ti, was my old graphics card before I got an upgrade. And to enter, all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel, leave a like on the video, and drop me a comment below. I'll pick a random one with a comment picker next weekend on Sunday, and I'll post the footage in the video so you can see who the winner is. If you want to see more of these awesome giveaways in the future, make sure to drop a like on the video. That'll let me know that you absolutely love it. I do have plenty of spare stuff lying around that I don't really use. And leave some comments as well. Maybe let me know what your experience has been like with Need for Speed so far. But thanks very much for watching. Good luck in that giveaway, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.